Greetings everybody! This is the story of how Tanzania got its flag. But first, it's history time. Let's start in the 19th century when Zanzibar was part of Oman. That's right, Oman stretched all the way down there at one point. And in 1861, Zanzibar became its own independent sultanate. They weren't under the Sultan of Oman anymore, they had their own Zanzibar Sultan. So that happened. But in the 1880s, Germany and Britain were very interested in making East African colonies. So in 1886, Germany started a colony called German East Africa, and in 1890, Britain took over Zanzibar and made that a British colony. Now in the mainland, people weren't too thrilled about this German East Africa business. There were, of course, plenty of people living there already. There were various nations and tribes, quite a few of them actually. There were the Hehe, the Maasai, the Ngoni, the Nyamwezi, the Matumbi. There were tons of tribes already there. Not everyone was thrilled about the way Germany was running the place. Partially because of the imprisonment and the torture and the rape and the slavery. These are some complaints. And there were rebellions against Germany from time to time, and the people put up a pretty good fight against Germany, but eventually Germany crushed the rebellions, partially because they called in reinforcements, and partially because they figured out how to use famine as a weapon of war. Nice guys. So Germany eventually proved itself, yeah, we're in charge. But it didn't stay that way for long, because then World War I happened. And as you probably know, Germany was not on the winning side of World War I. They were on the losing side, and the League of Nations, after World War I, decided Germany shouldn't get to keep its African colonies. So in 1919, the League of Nations gave Britain control of German East Africa. So they had to rename it, of course, but they couldn't name it British East Africa because that was already the name of a colony next door they had. So they named it Tanganyika, apparently naming it after Lake Tanganyika, which, by the way, is the second deepest lake in the world. Really cool. So now Tanganyika and Zanzibar were both British colonies, and it stayed that way throughout World War II. But after World War II, there was change in the air because colonies saw a really good opportunity. First of all, you need money to run colonies all over the world, and a lot of the colonial powers in Europe, like Britain and France and others, were low on money after World War II. Because wars are expensive too. So all through the 1940s and 1950s and 1960, it was a perfect time for independence for colonies all over the world. And in 1961, it was Tanganyika's turn. And now we'll get into the flags. Thanks for being patient. This was the flag of the TANU, the Tanganyika African National Union, which was the major pro-independence political party of Tanganyika in 1961. So when Tanganyika became its own country, they based the national flag off of the TANU flag. They just added a little bit of gold. So this was the new flag